I'm Maomao. I'm COO at Quora and co-founder at Quora. We are building a application-specific blockchain where we are embedding functionality for financial services, including identity or for money transfer, or the ability to create your own credit unions, your own transparent credit unions on the blockchain. And then we are creating an efficient market around the cost of providing this infrastructure to minimize the cost. And then we're letting people access the blockchain without internet. So that's what we do.
Hi, I'm Gina.
Making the lives of people there better using blockchain technology.
Yeah, so I can talk about some really low-hanging fruit, which is the 2.5 billion people with no access to financial services. Well, technically no access to digital financial services, right? Because you still have cash. And then the 3.7 billion people that are underserved. And so we actually consider that a huge market opportunity because we have zero competition there. And so in Nigeria, we're building our blockchain and we're providing identity and the ability for 300 farmers there to get paid. Where previously they would have to drive 2 hours every 2 weeks to the city, get a big bag of cash and drive back. Everyone goes to their house, and it was slow and inexpensive and risky because you might get robbed along the way. And so I think in these emerging markets, I think actually the partnerships we signed after Davos are gonna substantiate that. But I think there's actually a huge market opportunity in these underserved areas that are enabled because blockchain drastically reduces the cost to serve. And I think that there's the opportunity to leapfrog directly to these more efficient systems because there's nothing there. Regulation, I think we need to dig a bit more. It's not simply, you have stuff like CCAR or LCR where you actually have to maintain principle, which is one thing. But I think for a lot of these cross-border payments, it's actually more an issue of ambiguity in regulation. And where there's ambiguity, there's risk. And where there's risk, costs go up and business becomes harder to do. And so to pull back the curtain a bit on what we're actually working on at Quora, one thing that we're working on is creating private blockchains where the auditor, the money transfer operator, and the bank can always be in consensus. Every step of the process, where every piece of the AML or KYC system, which is defined as a smart contract, can be verified. You have proof of process, literally real time. I think that's one thing where you absolutely eliminate any ambiguity between you and your auditors and your bank. I think that is actually will help scale cross-border transfers.
Is that a regulatory blockchain?
So I used to be a management consultant, and back in 2014, we were talking about it's blockchain, not Bitcoin. We gotta be careful about the regulation. Gotta go explain blockchain to people, and not that much. Let's start with settlement clearing, and not that much has happened. Let's be honest. Because I think that instead of focusing inwards on the least risky parts that you can maybe eke out 20, 30 billion of tech efficiencies if you're lucky, is really the huge market that can be captured by making banking a utility. So Accenture has done a study saying that the full market size of the unbanked is around 380 billion in revenue annually. We have two banking partners in Nigeria, and that's the market that they're going after. Is that okay? There's a lot of competition among urban, around middle-class Nigerians. Let's go for the farmers. Let's try to serve them. Let's go after international payments to producers. Let's try to serve them. I think let's try to open up decentralized sharing economies for trucks and for tractors. Those are the opportunities that, by embracing this technology and seeing the opportunities in markets that are enabled, I think there's a much bigger revenue opportunity there than trying to reconcile books between 9 banks again.
I see.